Probably could.
Why would you?
I mean, you could just play.
That's a really fun way for us to start the stream, by the way. Don't be taking my wallet. Hey guys, what's up?
Hey, is that us time?
Hi, Internet. Woohoo! Yeah, I was debating whether or not I was going to let the Internet think that
we didn't know.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Just see how long we could go awkwardly waiting.
And then we'd be shut down for saying things and doing things. That's a shit.
Look at that screen that's not moving.
No, it's not, but that's okay, because he's not moving.
Can I use the stick to move?
No. Mouse and keyboard, then when you get in the shit, you can use the stick to move. Alright. So, hi guys, and welcome to Pixelated Geeks Pixel Plays streamcast. I'm James Huneycutt.
I'm Jack Fisher.
Yay, and...
Well, normally he goes next.
Hey,
JJ Crass.
And ongoing guest star Taylor Tate.
Yay! So, today we're going to be going over some space.
Pixelated Geek in space.
Yeah.
I understand that reference.
Ha!
Hey! Yeah.
And then that is in itself a meta reference of...
It is.
It is.
Yeah. So this is the absolutely stunningly gorgeous Robert Space Industries Star Citizen. JJ's climbing a ladder.
Dude, there's a ladder.
I don't know why you are, though.
I want to get a better look at the ship.
Okay. You know where the best place to look at your ship is?
Taylor.
Inside the ship.
But
that's
just
a
look
ship.
at how pretty it is.
I don't know why it has so many wings.
Because space, Taylor.
More wings
But
means
space,
more
you don't
flight.
need wings in space.
Yes, you do.
No, you don't.
How are you able to not flap?
PCS
That was a
thrusters. That's how you control direction in space.
Maybe these things flap.
What's PTS stand for?
This is
Point
one of the
control
only
something.
ships that actually has wings.
So
How do I get
little,
into it, James?
You see them move.
Oh
like
yeah,
space
you gotta
jets,
hit
little air jets.
hit
Yeah.
F. Yeah, look at you. Look at you.
What happens if you don't put that
This
on?
is so
Then
pretty.
you can't fly.
Oh,
No, the helmet is the HUD.
I know, but
No.
use the entire ship.
Oh, helmet. Oh, feet. I have feet.
Oh, feet.
And they move. But shouldn't your
And jumping's
head
not
move
weird.
when you jump?
All right, so let me plot down here. You need to reposition yourself there, buddy boy. I don't
This
know.
is a high quality ceiling textures, as we can see now.
Yes.
JJ is demonstrating them
Well
just
done.
for the viewers.
I have a really great image of the pilot standing in the hangar.
Hey, just jumping a
Cool.
couple of times. Look at this! This is so exciting!
It's like a DeLorean.
It is like, yeah.
So, you have different exteriors and interiors for your ships.
There are multiple ships.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there are a ton of
I
them.
did not
Does it
realize.
slide out? Oh, it slides down. Oh, it slides down.
Oh, and you get in, and you... Oh,
Push
and
buttons?
then you...
Do you push
then-
buttons?
Hold on.
Yes,
Yeah,
push buttons. Yes, you push buttons.
This is the biggest nerd fest game ever. So now, this is the reason why you needed your helmet, was because the HUD doesn't pop up unless you want it to pop up.
Now,
I mean, unless...
what do I want to do?
can you just like guess and happen to end up in space like without your helmet on?
No. No. You want to do the drone sim first.
You should spectrum match. Right?
No, you shouldn't.
How do you
shouldn't.
select? Oh.
So from this point forward, welcome to joystick territory.
So wait, I want to see your little aim back towards the console.
Yeah,
with
you
the
got to
mouse.
use the mouse and
I'll see.
keyboard to do that.
Collision warning, missile inbound, hull breach, and G-force alert. But you're in space.
Well, no, but you have artificial gravity on your ship.
Wait, I thought I selected what it wanted.
You did.
No, you
Oh.
just got out. You got out. Why'd you get out?
I don't know.
Well, now hold on. Don't go to space yet. Let's
Oh,
walk
yeah.
around the hangar for a little bit because no, the whole point of this is to delay gratification. That was okay.
You made that
You
weird.
could use the ladder, like you know.
I already used that ladder.
I
My
know.
ladder.
Oh my god! Turn the sensitivity down on the mouse. Please.
really twitchy.
No.
On the mouse, on the
Hit
buttons on the
escape.
mouse.
Yeah, just hit the bottom of the middle button there. You see that middle? Hit the bottom of that 5 times. Yeah. See,
Okay.
now it's sensitive for a normal person.
So wait, looks like there's other ships in the hangar.
There are. I
Can you
own
get any
2.
ones?
Can
Oh,
you
you can
fly
get any
them?
of them.
No.
Oh.
Hold on. That's my other ship. That will be flyable. That's the exact same as the current one. That's just a different paint
And
job.
that's a targeting range. That's a firing range.
And that, to your left, is a ground turret. That shows you the 3 ships that you have. Those are the 2 300Is and then my
Nice.
turret.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm going to be able to use my turret for eventually, but it's something. Bloom and HDR just freaked out. I don't know what that was.
Is there a gun for me?
Alpha, there it is right there. There is a gun.
Can you get in it?
Walk up to the chair.
Ooh,
What is going on with Bloom, y'all?
It's the projector. It dims the lights when it
You
activates.
should undo that. Make that
Thank you.
unhappen.
There we go.
So, look at the chair. Look at the chair. There's the chair. Yeah. So you hit one button to make it do... Everything in this game requires an input. So they're trying to make it very real. So now you have a turret. I don't know what we're going to be able to do with this later.
Really, I expected a little bit more oomph. I'm seeing how big it is.
It's a laser cannon.
I know, but
lasers.
I was expecting oomph.
I bought 2 ships and got a turret, so I'm not that upset. They didn't even really mention that, and I don't even know what it does. So I don't know how to feel
It shoots
about
slightly durable targets, apparently.
it. So there
Maybe
you go.
at some point there's going to be ships that can be flown or crewed by multiple people, and that's how you can defend from invaders.
I wonder to some degree whether or not there will be multiple turret emplacements on ships,
Yeah.
because this is definitely supposed to be a huge MMO style.
You mean larger ships then?
Yes, well you'll get them. There already are 2 that are huge.
But then I wonder. So if you have 2 larger ships, is the hangar different? Because
There
okay.
are 6 different hangars you can purchase, and
say.
those are all. At this point, it's all about whether or not you're a backer
that?
or a
What's that?
founder. That's you. Whether or not you're a backer or a founder, and how much money you've put into it. So I put. That's your gear. That will change depending on what you own.
Okay.
You can modify your appearance. You can see your appearance over at that other thing. This is how you look at your ships and your weapons.
Okay.
There will be completely realized interiors of space stations that you can walk around as you and interact with people. So if you imagine the way EVE Online looks, instead of being in a menu in a station, you're walking around
It's
and
like
talking.
EVE Online plus APB,
It's very similar, yes.
which is APB now a dated reference?
It is.
Yes,
it
I
is.
do not know what that is.
Now, incidentally, if you wanted to, you could look at the interior of the other ship. You just can't pilot it yet. Or you might be able to pilot it. I wasn't able to last time. Maybe we should
Now,
find that.
how much real money would you have to do to get ships, or can this all be purchased
This,
in-game?
in order to access the alpha, the beta, and the flight sim, I put $45 into it. And what that means is that I get this ship, which is 2 steps up from the lowest grade. I get 3 months of insurance, and I don't know what that means yet. But
Eve,
3
I'm
months
gonna
of
go with
insurance.
EVE insurance. I'm gonna
Yeah.
guess.
And I think probably insurance that you don't have to pay for with in-game currency, but rather you just get it because you purchased it outside. As well as certain customizations, the hangar.
And the main product.
Yes, and
Okay.
a full copy of the game when it releases sometime this year,
Huh?
if they don't push it back.
Now,
Question mark? Question mark? Question mark?
So you need to
Yeah, I was gonna say, they
select
really-
that. Use
I'm
the
not sure how
the
realistic all that
use
is
the
with what
directional
they've said
arrows.
so far.
With games like this
Enter.
and The Division, I'm more than okay with them
Use
being
free
like,
flight first.
we're gonna push it back.
But
and
there
I think
are
Division already got
options.
pushed to 2015.
It did,
and I'm
yeah.
happy with that.
Good, yeah. Because
I'm-
we're already getting one game sort of like that this year. I'd rather have Destiny this year
Yeah.
and The Division next year.
The thing is, I'm fine with them delaying games. I'm just tired of them announcing them so early now. Because
Well,
you know they're going to get delayed.
Now,
Like,
understand
the
that
same thing
sometimes a developer doesn't control announcement.
That's
a lot of
true.
times it gets announced because there's a listing of a copyright or a patent.
Yeah.
The thing is, I'm not blaming the developers for that. I'm just blaming the
Sure.
how much PR they put into it too early.
And
Like
what if-
at the moment with the what was the game they were advertising? It was Battle Cry.
Okay.
They're advertising the beginning of the beta next year in fall.
Yes.
That is too much.
with a trailer that was 3 minutes of CG gameplay.
And they had some gameplay at E3 to show people.
But-
It's too much. Just wait until people.
Oh, okay. So,
So
what's
it's-
on the visor?
So it's top left is your ship. Now
No,
each-
I meant the orange.
lighting.
Oh, that's essentially just splash from light. So first of all, it's a gorgeous game. It's going to have hundreds and hundreds of systems with thousands of total planets. I'm going to walk through everything. So
It's the
top left, you see your layout of the ship. The ship shows you its current condition. Each individual hull area and system has its own subroutine. I'm trying to remember how we do this.
Have you tried one? What?
Not like that.
There we go.
Whoa.
So different views. That's the rear view. That's the in-cockpit view.
Wait, there was a warning.
It
We should
was.
go back to that.
It's a circle.
You should-
Essentially, you have a sphere you can fly around in.
But
Let's go back to
Yeah.
cockpit for you. So let me see what the.
whoop,
So zoom and.
hit 5. Why don't you hit 5? Is that? I figured the different weapon systems, since they say 1 through 5, were keyed to 1 through 5.
Now let me try it on here.
So first of all, space alternates between standard thrust and the Newtonian. So essentially,
Which means
you cut the engine out and your ship continues with the inertia it had before. You can do that if someone is pursuing you, a la Battlestar Galactica. If someone is pursuing you, you can cut the engines, maintain your thrust, spin around, and target who's following you. This is the very first space flight sim that has had a true, complete physics system from the top down that accurately represents space flight.
Now, is there a way to speed up even faster?
I believe
reactivate your main engines.
Shift on the keyboard should be afterburner. There you go.
Warning. You are
Approaching simulation.
Right. If you run into that, you'll die. So first of all, it's a gorgeous game. It looks really nice. But so if you'll switch back into your cockpit view, please, because I want to talk through the HUD really quick. So each individual part of each individual ship is realized in the physics engine. If your ship is damaged in a way that changes your center of mass or gravity or thrust, it will pivotally alter the way your ship handles. So currently, as you can see, when he did that, he was facing in this direction, but the ship was sort of sliding down on the z-axis because of the way that the physics engine works.
Can you blow those up, the asteroids?
You can damage them. I don't know if you can totally destroy them.
What about that station that's shooting the bright beam towards the planet? Which
I'm not sure if you can damage it yet. He is currently just in the free flight sequence.
Yeah.
We'll show the combat in a minute, but you can take some pot shots at it if you want to. So along the left, you have your different weapon systems displayed. You are able to inputs, and you'd actually have to hit the key bindings because I haven't played this in about 2 weeks. But the key bindings will show you the exact controls for everything. You can link and group weapons. That is the
cool.
edge of space, essentially. Now, obviously, the full game is going to be a lot different from that, much larger. Are you still in... No, you weren't. You weren't. That was just a...
You just reactivated Newtonian.
Yeah.
Main thrusters. Try and shoot the big station thing. So is there any... So this is basically a little bit of flight tutorial with currently some combat. Has there been any information about the world? Like, what is that station shooting the yellow beam down?
I have seen a lot of indication that they have a lot of world building elements involved in it.
So like terraforming world? Or?
No, like just the galaxy as a whole with the backstory.
That one looks like it's creating a hurricane.
I wouldn't be surprised. There are 2 podcasts that are out. They're called Around the Verse, which are essentially a combination of dev and world explanation. But the website has a tremendous amount of stuff like that. There are a lot of short stories, comic books. There's a lot of fan fiction already. The world is very fully realized. And again, we are talking a game with hundreds of systems with thousands of planets. Did anyone here ever play Freelancer?
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna have you help me explain Freelancer because this game is a spiritual successor to it. Essentially, in that game, you started off with a clean slate. You were a pilot. You had a ship. There were tons of factions that you could take missions for, and every single time you took a mission, you advanced the cause of one of those factions. It was one of the first games I ever played with multiple endings. You could take it in a lot of different directions, and you could be in the military, you could be a private contractor, you could be a pirate, You could be a traitor.
So-
you could be a smuggler.
Single player Eve minus the factions. Well, that you start off in.
Right, but to be honest with you, a lot less in depth in terms of the technical qualities of the ships, but a lot deeper in terms of factions, and the galaxy felt really, really immersive because I generally played it as a merchant or a trader, and when you played it as a merchant or a trader, you would essentially, by trading this item to this area, modify the supply demand of that area, and it would change the balance of power.
He would
in the
definitely do
factions.
that. That would be his play style.
That is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was a ball.
I'm just really impressed how beautiful this is. Like,
I would do a bit of a arms trade with a backdrop.
Oh, that's most of what I did.
You could, but you were talking. Well, okay. Well, you just meant goods. You didn't say specifically what goods.
Oh yeah, no. It was always that was the most valuable and the most dangerous.
I
so
would
there was
sell
an
best
element.
weapons to whatever ages and then work for them on the side,
See,
and then sell the really shit weapons to the other ones. Then fight
And
against them.
the cool thing was you could do that.
Yeah.
And it would change the balance of power.
Yeah.
This is that 15 years later.
hey Taylor,
Yes.
flares.
But
flares in space.
they
in space.
Chaff would make so much more sense than flares in space.
All I have to say is I could do this all day.
It is a cloud of small metallic particles
Uh-huh.
that disrupt the locking and tracking mechanism of
And that would mostly
locked-on
work with radar
missiles.
and lidar.
Yeah.
But we don't know how missiles work.
Because it makes a lot more sense than fiery flares in no oxygen space, unless you're going to argue that they're not technically.
They could have
fire.
they could have like a little
They
thrust
could be
round.
plasma flares.
Yeah,
but still.
with a signal or a
But
beacon.
still.
out.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
We'll see what the explanation
What was
is.
the-
Are the controls with
In
keyboard and
Firefly, they
mouse?
were called Crybaby or something. they
Yes,
used?
Crybaby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cry, cry, make your daddy something.
One of the ships in this is absolutely
Shoot it.
visually
Shoot it.
inspired
Shoot it.
by Serenity.
Shoot.
Never seen that.
Shoot.
Oh my god.
You.
Yeah.
Oh
should
my God.
Leave
Never-
right now
I've never
and
seen
go watch
Serenity,
that.
and it gets better because I've never seen Firefly either.
You should leave and go watch that.
Yeah, this is not
Crash
a more
into it.
productive use of your time.
not gonna
Ooh,
crash.
going to the beam.
This is-
Going to the beam.
James,
Going
I don't want to destroy your ship.
No,
Going
no,
to the beam.
you
Going to
can't.
the beam. You can't.
It's not really my ship yet. No, you can destroy it, but I keep it.
Beam. Hit
Yeah.
the beam. Hit the beam.
Because this is a simulation.
Oh,
You're not
sorry.
flying my ship,
Yes.
and you
I
absolutely.
bet it does nothing. My money's on it does
that's
nothing.
Not true.
Oh!
That's a collision alert. That's
Wow.
they did something.
Okay.
It ripped it apart, and if you had only glanced off of it, we would be able to deal with the procedural damage. We can deal with the procedural damage in the actual. So again, you're in a simulator flying my ship, so there's nothing that
VR.
you can do to my account.
Now, is there a like AI combat mode where
Yes.
you can play against drones? And
Yes,
oh,
that
okay.
is exactly what you're about to
Okay,
do.
so back out.
Yeah, look at the key bindings first. I want to talk about everything so that we deal with what.
One,
Oh, wow.
that is pretty.
That's a really nice
I like
way
it.
of representing that.
So,
Why don't more
games do
Games
this?
do that.
I don't know, because they used to. So the console we don't deal with. The HUD interaction mode essentially means when you hold tab down and you move this, you can look around the ship. You can also do that with a POV hat on the joystick. I haven't used caps yet. Toggle decoupled FCS, disabled IFCS. FCS. Flight control system? Flight control system. Yeah. So you can strafe in the middle of combat with Q and E if you want to. So that allows you to push X-axis, Y-axis stuff. That I believe strafe is not because you've got roll, yaw. Strafe is over here, QE.
You can always combine it to these two.
I could, yeah. The nearest. So this is important for the combat. RT and Y, much like the X-wing games back in the day. Those are your targeting. You want to hit R when you're flying, whenever something's attacking you. So the countermeasures, there are two different kinds. There are chaff and flares. You cycle them with X, you hit them with Z. I'm just trying to remember that I haven't played it in a little bit.
I need to look at those controls as well.
So match target velocity is sort of useful, but not as useful as it is in games that have atmospheric flight models in space. The HUD mode, that's important. That's right. That's here, and that, again, like X-Wing Alliance, that is the period and the semicolon button. That will allow you to change what you can look at on your ship. That's vital for if your systems are damaged. Backspace is full back, but you don't need that because you've got a throttle control on the joystick. And then HUD navigation, that's if you're actually in the HUD, you use
What does
direction.
toggle lights do?
Huh? Oh, lets you turn on and off your lights.
Like
Yeah.
headlights?
Yeah.
All right.
Ship
Return to
lights,
hangar?
running lights.
Right.
No.
And that
Why
will,
would you ever have those on?
So, well,
Return to hangar?
maybe if
Friendlies,
some,
I
yeah,
imagine, but-
maybe if someone wants to see you, and if we are trying to dock with each other.
Imagine the situation, and this is very MMO-esque. You're setting up a trade agreement with whoever, and so you have X small trading ship, cargo ship, sitting in open space, headlights on. Person you're trading with warps in, like, oh, there's the trading ship. They pull up, they get close, 5 other lights come on.
Yeah.
You're essentially going to be a space drug dealer and ambush other gangs, is what you're talking about.
Welcome to the gang.
I'll be the bait in the really. I'll be the bait with the guns in the hold with a bunch of turrets on my ship.
I don't
That's
play
what I
these
did in-
kind of
that's what I
MMO
did in
games
WoW.
for this exact reason.
I was the low
Why
level
don't you
active
join
boss.
the team so you can play them and have fun?
When I joined my friend's guild, I was the bait because I was the lowest level, and it'd be me wandering just in the area and then pull a group, run away,
Gank!
and then have them kill them.
Yeah. No, so we'll do that. I'll be the bait. I'll get something really big with a lot of turrets, and then you organize a group of predators.
And how do I bring up the menu again?
Enter, I think. What'd you do? Did you escape?
No, I hit enter in it. Yeah, might have backed out. Yeah.
What did you have selected when you hit?
I thought I had the drone thing selected. So
HUD, what was the HUD toggle button? Hit escape and look at the key bindings again. I haven't played it enough to be super familiar
Maybe
with it.
F1 overview. Oh, try F1.
Yeah, try the.
No.
Okay, just hit F. Yeah, and
There
then
we
get
go.
back in the seat.
Ah.
Yeah. Unless you want to walk around the other cockpit, which you can do.
I think you want me
But
to.
you can't fly the other.
No, but you can see the difference in the individual customization of the ships.
Oh, I thought you just did a different paint job.
It depends. Some of them have different interiors. It's like buying a car.
I just want a really fancy interior.
Oh, I think the other ship has wood, like overlays.
Mahogany.
What?
Which is-
Oak, mahogany, teak.
I'm
Redwood.
gonna say teak.
Okay.
We're gonna hope that it's teak. It
I'm
is.
just going to go with
It's actually
wood.
balsa wood spray painted. He went with the.
Well, I mean, this
What
is
kind of
space.
wood is it? The
Wood
hard
kind of comes rarely. Trees do not grow in
space
space.
trees.
Space trees.
Yeah, it's
Do you think about a tree grown in zero gravity? It would know which direction to grow. It would look awesome. That would be
Ooh,
cool.
it's
as shit.
shining.
So look. Oh, look at that. That is. Oh, that's bolstered leather. That's what that is. That is bolstered. Like, look at that. That's why I wanted
was
you
going
to
to do
see
it, but you did it for me.
Let's talk about how many people do we know that would have bolstered leather in their spaceships?
It's alright. Yeah.
In his combat ship.
Right, exactly.
A lot of brass for no reason.
Yeah.
Just because it looks pretty.
And I don't want the
They open
the
on both
flight
sides.
chair. Yes, they do. Yes, and depending on your ship, it may open for more than that. One of the really cool things they did during their little event last month was they upgraded everybody to the deluxe hangar, and they put every single ship in the hangar so you could walk around and look at it.
That's just to look at, but not drive.
All right, you couldn't fly.
Very smart.
Yep.
Very smart.
And some of their backer things go up to $2,500.
I bet.
Now that's you get your name and you're a major NPC in the game, etc., etc. There are multi-ship packs, but some of the ships themselves are $200. Now, granted, you do get a lot of content with that.
So, no.
Go
No,
up.
You're on launch.
Hit up. Left. Now you can toggle. Use the mouse for a second. There's no way the flight sim is part of this.
You've done it.
Yeah, I've done
you're
the
highlighting
combat.
the arrows, but
Yeah, it's.
There you go.
Let me try. There we go.
Hey!
Okay. That's the one that
That's
I've
atmospheric.
done. It shows that it is, but it isn't.
Oh.
Yeah. The
Lies.
So your wings would actually
Lies
have
and
use
slander.
there,
it's
where they have no use in space.
that's one of the things I'm interested to
Because
see.
your wings don't matter.
Do we get to see
What do you consider?
any atmospheric combat?
That's where the PCS thrusters come in. You don't need wings.
RCS thrusters. Reaction Control System. Thanks, Kerbal
Yeah.
Space Program.
I said point. I was saying point control.
Oh, okay.
But it's actually point
still
defense.
debating on buying that
It's
every
point
time.
defense turrets.
Oh my god, buy it.
It's
Have you ever
easy to
looked
do.
at
No, I
the
did the
Steam?
demo. I've done the demo.
Of Kerbal?
Yeah.
Kerbal
I
is my
loved it
favorite
for like
game.
30
Never
minutes.
played it.
I loved it for 30 minutes.
I have
and
over
that's not it.
120 hours in it.
I played 30 minutes and I put it aside.
Oh god.
I got to the
even seen it
moon
all.
and then I didn't get back.
You didn't? Oh, okay, yeah.
But
See,
I planted my flag on the moon.
that's the challenge right there. Is getting. I got to the second
The challenge is making a
I
rocket
thought
that flies.
Q it was
Let's
Q
make
and
it
E
so-
were straight.
and getting somewhere and handling entry properly.
So here we go with some of the
I
combat.
thought,
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Q and R were straight, right? Or Q and E.
Yeah, but that only works when you're doing the other form of the flight. Hit R. I want everybody to pay very special attention to what the targeting looks
Oh,
like.
yeah.
Hit R.
Three-dimensional targeting on
T.
the... Are those objects or that targeting on the
It
sphere?
may not be inbound yet. So that is your. That shows your access. Your access of the.
No, but there are
Galaxy.
objects in that sphere.
Those are your friendlies. As soon
Not
as he's
friendlies.
able to target, hit R or T or Y. Just keep hitting it.
Oh, there goes your thrust.
I don't understand what's happening. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're not close to you yet. Find some friendlies. Try to fly near some.
Downward. They're firing something off to your right. Off to your right.
Oh, yeah.
Why is the targeting not?
Hit RT and Y in that direction.
This is really strange.
Are we sure that RT and Y is targeting? Look, they're shooting something right there.
Yeah, it absolutely is. I don't understand why it's not.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, there he goes.
I don't. What the hell is going on with the targeting? And do remember that you can twist the joystick. Twisting is
Yaw.
Roll.
yaw, and then right and left is roll.
That
Yaw.
term.
I don't understand why the targeting isn't working.
Are we sure that's the thing?
Yeah, go ahead and hit escape. Go to the key bindings. Make sure nothing's changed. Okay.
Cycle hostiles is
R
T.
T Y.
And R is nearest hostile. And Y is all targets.
All yeah. R. Just keep jamming R and T for a minute. I don't know if there's something wrong. It may be a bug.
Or do you think the joystick took something over?
I don't know. You can jam the buttons on the joystick if you want to. That's incredibly strange. That was working just fine the last time we were messing around with it.
Yeah, because it does look so pretty when you target
So,
things.
question. So, when you target something, when you are able to,
Yeah.
is it simply a marker of here's the enemy,
It
or does
shows
it
you-
enable like
It shows you
minor
where
tracking of
right.
the cannon?
It shows you where the enemy is. It shows you the circle in which your targeting computer will look at it.
I think that's the
And
friendly.
then when you're out, you only have auto tracking within a certain range.
Yeah.
Outside of that range, it shows you a smaller circle on your HUD where you should aim.
Like
if
a
you're-
leading, where to
yes,
lead, yeah.
If you're outside of the auto tracking, it also allows for missile locks. I don't know if you actually have.
They're unarmed currently.
Yeah, I don't think this ship comes with those, or if it is,
But
it's
they
not.
have them, they're just not armed. Because even when you go to the exterior view,
Yeah.
you have the cannons on the outside, but then you have these racks on the middle of the, in between the two useless wings.
What on
I'm going to keep
earth?
pointing out that they're useless.
I did get that impression, yes.
Good.
Why does that make you so angry? They may just literally be there for aesthetic or mounting purposes. And they did put the cannon and the rocket pods on.
There could be a purpose to them. You know, maybe they're going to actually allow, like, you know, go from orbital to
Oh no, there
atmosphere
is
to the mind of ocean.
atmospheric
Right.
combat.
So they can serve a purpose there. I'm just you know jumping on it where I can because there aren't very many flaws yet.
Well, and that's unfortunately the thing that I've noticed. There's not much wrong with it. There's not much to it.
Exactly, which is exactly why there's
Right.
not much wrong with it, because you have so little, you can't really screw up that.
No.
I want to fly.
Well, you'll be able to, but we really should. By the way, the stream is going fine, right? We're not having
Oh, yeah.
any technical issues. Okay.
There's some loading stuff over there. But.
Right.
That's my.
So it looks like that one's missing part of the wing, and so it's actually suffering its ability to fly.
I got him once.
Yes.
I think
Any
it's in a
damage,
perpetual roll.
and again, everything is procedural. Everything matters. So they can take out any one of your 8 to 16 RCS thrust, and your ship will cease to function properly. They can take out your weapon systems. They can take out your life support. They can take out your main engines.
Ooh,
So that's the shield.
Shields. Oh, your
So
wing.
look, the
your
wing is now
Go to
gone.
the exterior view. Go to the exterior view. Ah!
Yes. So they do need
You
to
still have
fix
your
that.
light on, though.
Yeah.
Are you happy now?
Your flight lights are still on, though.
So you also have likely lost that right side thruster cannon.
Well,
they're gone.
And the missile rack. That we don't know how to turn
So
on.
this in particular makes me super happy. The fact that happens.
Yeah. But I wonder. So.
And note, you can actually see the thrusters firing when you use it.
Yeah.
That makes me so happy.
I gotta wonder though. So what's the expectation on the hardware to be able to handle this for multiple players? How many players can they
One
fit?
of the things that's surprising is that flight simulators are some of the least graphically intensive titles.
Why?
Because there's not that much to do. They're not
There's so much
dealing.
space.
They're dealing with a lot of empty space. They're dealing with a lot of distant range textures. There's one skybox that's the largest texture in the game.
That was one
so
way of
we're gonna
doing it.
tag Taylor in now.
Yep. That was almost exactly the best way for you to end that.
Yeah. So the I will slide over all.
That is an experience.
So
I am ready for this.
yes, you are, and I'm gonna do you a favor because it's not gonna. You're gonna want that further forward.
That is. Yep.
So that's a flight simulator.
I was gonna be like, I'm not gonna buy it. No, I'm just gonna wait till it comes out in retail.
Yeah. Well, you should absolutely wait. However, if you do buy it early, you can get as much as a $20 discount. The cheapest early backer purchase that gets you a full retail copy of the game is $40.
Okay.
And that's why I bought it, because I knew I was going to get it anyway. I might as well save $20.
And did they say what it's gonna be full retail price?
The tentative release is holiday 2014.
But retail price, did they say what it was gonna be?
Retail will be $60. There will be significantly more expensive bundles for it.
Which will include more
Chips,
of the in-game
insurance,
tests.
in-game currency, etc. So what you're looking at with a standard purchase at $60 is the game with one ship, and I think no insurance. The
proximity alert.
Oh, Taylor!
just spinning off into space. Team Rocket's blasting off again.
Damn, that thing is really just going.
Just jeez.
Stop for reintegration.
I'm the worst
Origin
person.
jump works.
You stepped on my foot. You're the worst person who's ever existed.
Operational. Contact.
So is your targeting working?
Let's find out.
I don't understand what the hell's happening.
That's a really odd thing because it looks really cool.
It is
but
the
it doesn't
it's the
happen.
best design choice in the game thus far.
Just like to give context, if it doesn't come up, it's 4/4 of a glowing orange circle spinning from your helmet to lock around the character, and then they just like lock on in a full
Right,
circle.
and you have essentially at half lock your auto targeting is half effective,
Okay.
and at like 1/4 it's that. You can't launch one of your projectile, like your guided projectiles, until you have all four, and it's the best thing in the game thus far from a design perspective, like from a UI design perspective.
I mean, just the whole HUD helmet thing, I think is great.
Yeah, look at you.
Because it gives them reasons, when you're walking around without your helmet, to remove the HUD. Give you a HUD-free experience.
Yeah. I'll be interested to see how that comes into the actual full version of the game. But so, one of the things I also really like is the consistent immersion. You see your hands, your input into your input device is mirrored by the input on the screen.
They probably all
incidentally-
move too when something like
Yes.
Why do we-
So
That's such a weird
I
reaction.
talked to Andrew, who stopped by a couple of the booths at E3 this year, and he said that this game and Eve Valkyrie with the Oculus Rift were some of the coolest things he'd ever seen.
Okay.
Because both of those allow you, by turning your head in this, to change the camera's position. So you can follow something that's out and around you.
See, that's the kind of thing. That's one of the few genres that really makes me want to try out the Oculus Rift. Is a flight sim and like a first-person exploration game of some kind.
Alien Isolation, he said,
Like
is
that.
particularly excellent for that reason. I think it will work very well with survival horror, and then any first-person piloting in any sense. One of the things that I want desperately is that that Mech Warriors game, Mech Warrior 5, that was announced forever ago. I want that to go ahead and get here, and I'll buy an Oculus Rift for that.
Apparently, the indie game Superhot is also very good. In the Oculus Rift. I'd really like to try that. I've tried the actual game; it's fantastic fun. I'd like to try and do the Oculus Rift. I've seen a bit of gameplay with it, and the guy was like leaning his head, and it would move around the bullet and things like that.
Oh, that's it. I wonder if we've turned the HUD off. Not the HUD, but like the targeting system. Like if there's an input for that.
I'm dwelling on the fact. I'm dwelling on imagining me playing a survival horror game in first person.
Why are you dwelling?
Because it would just. I would.
I'm saying we would enjoy
die.
it. You would die.
Andrew said that he screamed like a little girl when the alien jumped on him.
Yeah.
Like it freaked him out so much he didn't know what to do.
Something I heard about with the Alien game too is, in like was it Outlast, you can hide in the closet, hide under the bed. In Alien, you actually have to hold your breath.
Yes.
Which,
yep.
Led me to believe the only way you can win that game is just die. Like, just kill yourself in the beginning, because it will never find you.
Ooh. So,
they need to re-release X-Ray.
They do. I actually just found an incredibly sweet thing that I might do like way later tonight if this is all over, but reinstalled X-Wing Alliance using a mod patch and a modern OS patch. And the mod essentially reskins everything. So the geometry isn't better, but the skins are good enough that it actually looks really solid. It doesn't look amazing.
You know, Descent's on Steam as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, after my experience with Free Space, though,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm afraid. I'm mad.
Yeah, but JJ and I both purchased Free Space, and that game is
Unplayable.
literally unplayable.
Without third-party mod support.
What's
And-
Free Space?
It's similar to Descent. It's actually made by Interplay as well. It's like one of the origin 3D space sims.
Okay.
It essentially, it's what a lot of people hold up with Free Space 1 and 2 as the spiritual predecessor to the X-Wing TIE Fighter, Wing Commander, like that whole thing.
Okay.
The thing that led into the genre that led into this.
So if it's so popular, then how is it unplayable?
There's no support for modern systems.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Like,
modern
it wasn't optimized for, a modern system, which is, there are ways around it, but if I buy a game on Steam, I don't think I should have to go out of my way to figure out to get it to work. Like, if you want me to run in compatibility mode with a game, sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
But to have to download extra things, it's kind of...
Yeah, and you can't run it at all on modern systems. You can't without a tremendous amount of EXE patching, and then you essentially have to create a completely different Steam folder.
Yeah.
Right.
And that, like, the entire point of buying it on Steam is that it is a simple procedure to launch it.
Yeah.
I can't count the number of games that I've purchased on Steam that I've sort of already owned in some way, shape, or form.
Well, that's what you're saying with The Witcher as well, just in case it's like you're future-proofing it because it's simple to use with that form.
It is, and you don't have to worry about maintaining a physical medium, and it's something that, for the most part, has persistent. You will always have some sort of access to the game in some way, shape, or form. It drives me crazy that they released a game that no one that I know that's purchased it. You can go on to I mean, both of us did, but you can go onto the community page. Nobody can get it to run without third-party mods. And that's
just disappointing, and it makes me not want to buy an old classic game.
Yeah, absolutely.
At least through Steam.
Yeah, I mean,
Would
there's
GOG
some
be
that,
better?
huh?
Would GOG be better for that kind of service? Because that's what they specialize
Only
in.
if it works.
Well, I don't know. That's what they specialize in, though, so
Yeah.
I would have thought they'd have more support for that.
Maybe.
They have a lot of sales. They have me sale at the moment.
Right.
That's where I got.
See,
That's where I'm going to get System Shock.
I like.
When I
You
get
can
it.
run that if you want to. That's just a frame rate thing. All the macro buttons on the left side launch different useful programs. Yeah. Again, that's got to just be a bug with this latest patch.
Right.
That's really disappointing because that's really visually interesting. That actually makes the game much harder to play.
Strength.
Well done, not dying a whole lot. What killed him the first time?
A
Asteroid.
Oh, we'll see. There you go. Don't run into those, Taylor.
So Taylor, what do you think of it?
I wish my targeting system was working.
Yeah, I do too. Did they take your cannons out?
Shit. No, I think I did.
Oh, okay. That's no
Even your
good.
front cannon?
There we go.
Did you turn it off, or did
I
you
was
have it?
trying to toggle the HUD.
Oh!
No!
See, that's one of the reasons why I have always loved these games. It's moments like that. And it's funny because you duck when it's a 2D display. This is one of the few genres I'd like to see in 3D, and that is something that I will be doing. That display over there is 3D, and I have a setup for that. I'd be very interested to see this game in that. But most importantly, just VR technology. I think this is just such a perfect genre for that.
I think it's like you said. It was flight sim, survival horror, and what else would you say would be good?
I mean, I think anything
VR
like
thing.
Skyrim,
Driving
like any
would be
sort of
pretty
driving is absolutely anything where you are driving or piloting something in first person. I think it works well with, especially if it's something that heretofore with flat screen displays we haven't had control over, like point of view and camera direction. Because most games now, if you had control over camera direction, you wouldn't necessarily use it. In a shooter, you can't really do that properly.
Yeah.
But I think with VR, I think you could move it in a direction where that would be useful, peeking around a corner.
Have you seen the treadmill it's been designed to go along with?
The circular one.
Yeah.
I would love to play a game with that.
I just can't imagine owning that and be like, well, I'm going to break this out to play Battlefield now.
So
The thing is, I would do that because I've always wanted to. There's a guy that I follow on the internet. And he plays games while he just walks on a treadmill, and he measures how long he plays a game by the distance he just walks on a treadmill. And I've always wanted to do that when I get one.
So
Like,
they
I'd love
did,
to set one up in front of a TV.
They did something at the last retreat that I went to where you had that treadmill, and then you had this new display system, and the display system was essentially like a 3/4 of a sphere that wrapped around you.
Yeah, I've seen that.
With a projector, and they gave you a controller, and it was essentially a 3D gaming environment that you moved in the x-axis with the treadmill, and it was an incredibly engaging experience. I'd like to see that paired with Oculus Rift, paired with
That gun.
the light gun, as well as the chest piece that has the different
The vibrating
haptic
thing.
feedback. Yeah.
Yes.
Um,
I'd love to play a game like that.
Seriously,
It'd be a lot of setup, but it's one of those things that I think would be a lot of setup, but it would be very worth the experience.
I think certainly for a small arcade or something like that.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think the entire point is immersion anyway.
It's funny because that whole setup reminds me of the old 3D arcade games you'd go play.
Yeah.
That weren't that immersive, but you pay $15 for a 10-minute experience on those things, and you look at them and they're designed the same way.
Yeah.
Just better hardware.
Yeah.
Or even like the old Time Crisis games, when they used to have the big bits of plastic that would almost encase you in.
Well, I mean, when I went to a Jillian, or even Buster's, whatever it was, they had a Mech Warrior thing where you would pay like $10 or something like that, and you got into a little cockpit and played. And
Yeah.
Oh.
it was a lot of fun.
They had and this is something I'm actually really interested to see later this summer. See if they're coming back to Dragon Con. But a few years ago at Dragon Con, they had essentially these 8. It was Navy surplus flight simulator pods, and this game that they had coded, and it was essentially a 4-on-4 mech game. And you climbed into it, and it had, it had rumbles in the seats. It had a gimbal that your seat was on, so it could like slant you or like jerk you if you took a hit. I don't know that that's the future of home gaming, but I think it's certainly something that would be incredibly engaging.
Yeah.
I think smaller arcades, larger arcades really should look into that. What with the emergence of this sort of VR technology. GameFrog still existing? Those places still around?
There was a bar back in
Not near here.
town that had a. It was a bar and they had the F-16 flight simulator for the bell card used, which I thought would be the worst thing to do after drinking. Climb into that and be like,
Well, but that's how you know you're safe to drive home. Like you can do that and not puke all over the interior.
sober test.
But yeah, so there's not really a whole lot else to cover or go over with this. This is a wave-based mode. It ends once you reach a certain point total. Again, it's a tremendous amount more engaging when you have the targeting system, but that guy just really didn't want to run into that station.
Taylor, you should kill it.
Yeah, that's what you're going to.
You got it. You got it.
You can.
I don't know. I've been chasing this guy for a while.
So sometimes we want to have another Crimson Skies, even though that was more arcadey.
Yeah, I kind of never played that.
What was Crimson Skies?
Crimson Skies, there was the original on PC, and then there was Crimson Skies Hybrid to Revenge.
Yes.
Okay.
And I got that. Taylor, you liked it, right?
I did.
Yeah. It was an alternate history dogfight.
Do you guys remember Tailspin?
Cool.
It reminded me of Tailspin somehow.
Visually, yeah, some of the stuff in like the world, how it was set up.
Yeah.
Actually, it reminded me of Bloodwake. Do you remember that old Xbox boat game?
Only vaguely.
Oh, that game was amazing because you could have a little single-engine boat with a cannon on it.
So they're bringing out World of Warships.
I'm okay. I like those games.
I'm looking forward to that. So
Yeah,
I think I've probably got around 60 hours on World of Tanks on the Xbox now.
Never played it.
It took a long time for me to get into it, but once I was into it, I was invested.
I really liked World of Warplanes. I like that a little bit better.
I didn't play World of Warplanes. I only have the thing is I have World of Tanks because that's on the Xbox.
Right.
I don't have a PC that's good enough to play World of Warplanes yet.
World of Tanks is now like an esports game too.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Yeah.
They've been trying to make it that for 2 or 3 years.
I'm just glad I've got the achievement for 10 British tanks.
I just kind of want them.
Yep.
I kind of want them to roll all of them into one
game.
title. Like
That's
kind
isn't
of
that
what
what
I'm
they're
waiting
planning
for.
to do? Isn't that the idea?
Yeah. So
How
go
cool
ahead
would
and
that
get ships
environment
out and then squeeze them all together.
How cool would those maps be? They'd have to be big.
Ha!
But that'd be good fun.
I
He
think
committed suicide.
you made him run into.
I win!
Yeah.
I feel like the planes could be overpowered in that scenario. Unless you had a lot of flak cannons. Or at least
So-
had flak tanks. You'd have to have specialized.
I'm really upset that you don't have the HUD system. Because it breaks my heart that we can't see that little targeting flop. It's so pretty.
I just can't imagine what the end game is going to look like.
Well, I mean, first of all, it's one of those games that kind of doesn't have an end game.
No, I mean like when it's final.
Oh, what this final product is going to be.
Yeah.
So this is going to be representative of one of the sections of one planet of one system of hundreds of systems.
And they're expecting, and they have an announcement time of holiday 2014.
Yes. This is not
Okay.
this is not an indicator of current progress.
Oh,
They're much further along than this. This
Okay.
is just what they're willing to let people see.
okay.
I'll be really
I regret
interested.
not doing the Kickstarter.
Proximity
Can
alert.
you? I guess you can't really. We'll
Taylor
see.
just crashed.
Yeah.
Crash.
So we yeah, I mean, there's not really a whole lot to say about it past past this. I mean, I think this is definitely a game to watch.
Yeah, it's definitely a very good demo for what's going to come out. If
Yeah.
that makes sense. Like, I wouldn't say this was a game, or even I wouldn't even say this was a beta at this point. I'd say this
No, it's not.
This is a demo.
They've flat out said that this is to hold people over.
Okay.
Until they can release like a legitimate wide scale beta.
Because the multiplayer function's out there, right?
Yes, and as soon as the multiplayer shows up, I'm sure that's going to be nuts.
And we'll never hear from you again.
Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Go check on James, see if he's alive.
Just make sure.
Oh, speaking of multiplayer, the GTA heist got delayed again. This is.
I don't even know what to say. Are you trying to burn one
do you want
off?
to know how to fix that? Payday 2 is on Steam.
It is. But I have already had it.
All right, cool. So we're gonna switch over to the next title that we're gonna cover now. But so before we do that, the two guys that have piloted, let's talk about your experience with it.
I really enjoyed it, more than I expected. Do that. I liked the control scheme. I definitely think that if you want to play this game seriously, unless you want to encounter a serious learning curve, go with the investing in a joystick.
Yep. Absolutely mandatory.
Particularly one with buttons on it. You don't want just 4. I like the physics of it. Feel proper. Feel right. You do feel like what I imagine it's like to pilot a vessel through space.
Outside of a gravity body. I'm going to be interested to see if they deal with any sort of influence of gravity on your ship as you approach a planetary
Or different
body.
systems having different gravity pulls.
No. Planets, really, but yeah.
Origin jump.
So, but yeah. Okay.
But imagine if you could drag a fight from orbit into the atmosphere.
That's what I would want to happen.
And then if you were to, able to score damage on the other side of a ship where its thermal plating would be, that you could then drag that ship into orbit, and if it were to chase you, it would actually break up.
Or if you happen to purchase one of the ships that has the vestiges of sort of atmospheric flight, the wings, to see if you could pull it into gravity so you
Just
could
watch it
handle
fall.
it.
It's like
I mean, you've got one that doesn't, and you just pull it in, and you try and either get them to burn up by having to follow a trajectory that's too steep.
Yeah.
I'll be really interested to see how much, in terms of actual physics model, shows up into the game. But I am incredibly excited to see where this goes.
I'm just impressed because it's a small team, right?
It's not huge, but they have more money.
Yeah, I mean, that's the most successful Kickstarter project, right?
Yeah, and I think there's more funding behind this game than there was behind like the last Call of Duty or something ludicrous like that.
And just seeing like it's the little things, like how you move throughout your ship,
And Taylor, feel free to explore for a little bit.
It's one of those when a developer can do what they want, and what they want to do is bring you the most lifelike experience, and I really enjoy that.
There's an immense amount of detail.
Like,
if you hit F again facing the ladder, you'll use it.
or
it really is one of those.
You might need to back up a little bit.
It's the little things
Face
that
out.
make
Just
these kind of games.
the smart choices. And I don't know how well it's going to do commercially. I think,
Alpha. I don't think it matters at this point.
but it doesn't matter, because they have the money and they have the fans' love for it. But I think definitely it would be a word of mouth type thing, kind of like how Eve is.
Yes.
You kind of get your friends into Eve, or they get you into Eve, but you never would have really picked out Eve on your own.
Yeah. I did, but that's because I'm a loser. I saw spaceships in space on the cover, and I was like, what's Eve? I don't know. I'm going to spend money on it, though, because space.
I'm one of those people that play the first-person shooter. It's almost like a tie-in, isn't it?
Oh, no,
Dust.
514.
How did that work out?
Badly. The game is terrible.
Oh, I didn't play it. Okay, I'll
It's
wait.
so, no, I mean, have you played any other recent, like, free-to-play FPSs?
Gosh,
That weren't
only
converted?
Every other one is
Loadout,
better.
TF2.
Right, okay, both of them significantly better.
Oh.
Like, Dust is just not good. I want it to be, but it's not.
Just to give context, this is not even in the top 10
No?
most
Not anymore?
funded. No,
It absolutely was.
It was, but now we're looking at
Reading Rainbow.
Pebble, Paper Watch for phone and Android.
No,
Oh, God,
that's-
the Oya.
no. That can't be all.
Oh yeah.
That
I'm looking
can't
at
be.
it.
That's got to be current.
This is on their site. Show me all projects on
Veronica Mars beat it.
Right.
Earth. Yeah, okay. Sorted by most
Wow.
funded.
It was at the time.
Yeah.
When the Kickstarter ended, it was.
Honu Music.
Go to their website.
Reading Rainbow.
Wait, go to Robert Space Industries because I want to see the number because the number I think has doubled since they left Kickstarter.
Right.
It is absolutely ludicrous. So this is the low tier hangar. You can have a select number of ships. I think if you want to own more than several ships, you have to buy a different hangar.
Does it matter where your hangar is? Like, is it in a set location?
I don't know yet.
Okay.
I don't know that they've even announced that yet.
Current stretch goal $47 million.
Yeah.
They're 64% towards that. So
So-
what? $23.5 million.
To go.
All
So much
crowdfunded?
money. So
All
much money.
crowdfunded. And even if not crowdfunded,
Maybe
then
they added
someone
this in the
gave
late.
them
So
large amounts
no,
of money.
look at the difference. Look how much sexier that cockpit is.
It is pretty shiny.
Oh. So, did you take your helmet off or not? Yeah, you can't pilot this one yet. But that's the reason I bought this version of it. Different interior layout.
Oh my god, I'm just looking at the stretch goals and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. Just constant
One of the
stuff.
coolest things they did, there's an ad for the Freelancer ship
Yeah, right.
that they did that sounds like a Ford F-150 ad. Like,
Nice.
you know, like it is one of the coolest pieces of marketing I've ever seen. I bought this ship for that cockpit and for the studded leather.
Yep, 100 star systems.
Yep.
Star Citizen and Squadron 42 will feature a full orchestral score.
And Squadron 42 is the military part of the campaign.
Uh-huh.
So there's apparently going to be different campaigns within the game.
Alright.
So again, this is alpha. This is an alpha build. You can see it a little bit in some of the mailing animations, like the interior stuff. That's going to be that empty case back there. That's going to be a metal case and a trophy case. Your hangar will be part of a larger facility that you can access through doors like that. They're just trying to make it as immersive as possible. Now, what I want to know is if I join a different faction, is my hangar on a ship? Does that ship move independently of me? Please, God, let it. Please, make that be a thing. Can I join the military?
There will be a battle cruiser, thanks to the
Yes.
stretch goals.
Have you seen the trailer that has a battle cruiser?
I haven't
It's
seen the
like
trailers.
watching an action sequence from Battlestar Galactica. Like, you launch from it, you're having to navigate around it.
The $19 million stretch goal. Know your foe with Jane's fighting ship style manual, free in PDF form to all pledges.
That is excellent.
That's actually a really cool idea.
Yeah.
If only it was on paper.
Well, much like everything else, you guys see that PDF
Oh, wow.
that was every single one of the books from the Elder Scrolls games
I didn't know.
bound.
Yeah.
So essentially, what they did was they took all of it, threw it in PDF form, but it was in the kind of PDF form you could take to a place like Kinko's and have printed out into a book-like thing. Someone will do that.
First-person combat on select lawless planets. Don't just battle on space stations and platforms. Take the fight to the ground.
Yeah.
Wow.
So,
Salvage.
This is how you ruin a life.
Yes.
yeah. This is trying to be everything that EVE and its spin-off games are in pursuit of being.
And without a monthly fee.
Yes. And I think that's one of the reasons why they have so many backers. That's one of the reasons why there's so much money in it. Because I want the game that this wants to be. I don't know if it's there. I don't know how close it's going to get to it. But that was one of the reasons I had no problem funding it, because I want it to be what it looks like.
Yeah.
It's going to be. Cool.
Okay.
we really should kick over to another title for too much longer. But, so Taylor, you just explored for the last 15... Did you find anything you were excited about? What?
I was curious looking at the targets that are in the shooting range, if it would imply, what other either pilots or what other NPCs you might look like come across.
Those didn't look like people to me.
Nope.
Exactly.
Yeah, like
that's why I was curious.
Yeah.
They looked not human.
It reminded me, and not. This one makes sense, but there isn't like a super dedicated logic to it. It reminded me of the outlines of the aliens from District 9.
A bit.
The prawns.
Yeah, but that was the sort of
prawns.
overall style of the outline.
And did you say the conspiracy about this game?
Yes, but that
What was-
conspiracy is totally different.
Oh.
That is a facetious
that's-
conspiracy. There are these major patches, like big patches that take forever to download every time I load the game, and I think that's because secretly Robert Space Industry isn't developing a game; it's developing Skynet.
And
it's
they're
just-
using your computer?
Yeah, it's continually uploading
Or-
stuff to.
Or they're building, or they're supplying the assets for future stuff, where eventually they can say, okay, we're ready, turn it on,
Yeah,
and everything's there.
See, and that I didn't want to say that because I don't want to hope that much. But that would be awesome.
Surprise! You have it already.
Yeah, James, you actually bought a spaceship for $45. Congratulations.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sure that there are people who are data mining this game who could look into that. Could look into what exactly what raw files are being downloaded and what they could mean if they are 3D models or just sound assets or whatever.
Because in between the last time I played this and now, I downloaded what looked like it was a 6 gig patch, and the only change in between the last time we played it and this time was the fact that the HUD. The targeting system wasn't working. So,
It's a 6 gigabyte
6 gigs
block.
to nuke your
right.
HUD.
That's exactly what that felt like. But cool. So that's Star Citizen. We're gonna switch over really quick and let me tab out of the stream. You guys feel free to take a little bit of a break while I handle the technology here. So Jack, you and I actually played this game a while ago. We did. And so we didn't really talk much during it, but do you have anything to add to the thoughts that were given?
Not really. The problem is this really isn't my kind of genre of game.
Right.
I'll start by saying that. This is not a genre I ever really got into. I played a bit of Rogue Squadron when I was younger, and that was like N64, PS2. I think I played that on. So,
in 64, yeah.
Yeah. So apart from that, I've played almost nothing in that genre, but it's a good-looking game. I'm sure people are going to enjoy it. I just won't be one of those people, which is why I was saying that. Like, that's
you're
why
going to get roped into it, though. No, we're going to rope you into it.
Yeah, people have said this about me with games before, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, but this time you don't have a choice.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You're assuming that you have some sort of agency in the situation. We're just mostly going to make you play it every couple of weeks so that we can use you for something.
Probably bait.
Maybe.
Merchant selling fabricated eggs.
I'm selling tea. Space tea from the depths of space. Zero GT. Yep, that's it. That's what I'm going to be. I'm going to be a trader in the game, and I'll just have like a unique asset, and I'll just call it Zero
The
GT.
most England, like British game popular.
Lord Foppington Smythe.
The third.
The fourth, thank you very much.
So
That's my father.
no,
Please call me the fourth.
We will absolutely be doing that. And you can just hang out somewhere. You don't even have to be good at the game. You just have to hang out somewhere. You're like,
Hello, please help me. Oh, I'm stuck in the middle of space.
Then suddenly there's a loud beeping and my ship explodes.
no.
Yankee bastards. Yep, that's it. That's what I'm going to do.
Good.
Let me
I
just
like
get... Ouch, I need something.
Oh. Very good. So that was Star Citizen. So what is this? sweetie. Yeah. Oh my god. That's so good I can't think straight.
Having never had it, it's really odd. I don't know how. I don't know if I like it. What? The it feels guilty.
Oh god, no, you were right. That's awful.
It's tasty, but in my head, I think this is so bad. This is
One of the screws gone, that's why.
screws up what?
Off the handle for that one. It must have never been there because that's something I would have found that screw on the ground. I cleaned this kitchen almost.
It's like, it's like I know I should eat one cookie, but it feels like I should eat like 4.
Yes.
What?
Because of cookie butter.
The thing.
It's this is what it is. Because if you want dessert, if you want dessert, instead of just eating a cake anytime you eat 4 nil wafers, you can take 1 nil wafer, dip it in cookie butter, eat that in one go, and be like, oh, there's my dessert.
What is this?
Vixen, you really should hop up on the couch and entertain people while we're not over there.
Yeah, Trader doesn't have a chocolate candy bar filled with that on the side.
Oh my god, yes they do. Absolutely they do.
Okay.
So, that game, as long as it lives up to its promises, we're gonna play the shit out of that.
Yeah?
And I kind of want to do what I do with Daisy. Would it be the good guy? Like help?
I have not played Daisy since last year.
You know they're doing everything.
Yeah.
How are they gonna give that to us when we...
I just don't care. Like,
I enjoy what I did. I think I'd need to be more game for me to have more fun.
what else are you gonna have to make it complete? Like, the things that to me are missing for me to have fun with it. Like, I don't even know what they are. But, you know, like, sure, they can add more items and more stuff, and it's not making me want to come back.
Yeah.
What I want to do,
I think that game was a flash in the pan.
I think what I would like, I would get to see the ability to like add plans.
I just want some permanence. Because to me, there's no point in playing. There's no point in finding stuff and risking stuff.
If
you're
you're
gonna lose it. No, but like, I want to go like if I find a rifle and I have a pistol, I don't necessarily need the rifle. I'm gonna go put somewhere safe where I can lock.
Yeah.
And that will be there when I get back. Provided I don't need like in the middle of the road.
I mean, I like the idea that like the other ones. That's my motive, you know.
Provided you were like, if it would be in the style of the game, but then you also had to like build up the defenses.
Yeah.
Like you had to build like barricades and have people on guard. I don't
What does
know.
it make you think about raiding other players' hideouts?
Yeah.
Because that would be okay on its own.
They have a long way to go. I don't
Alright.
think they'll ever
Sweet,
do enough
sweet.
to be ready to
Alright.
play.
Hey everybody, and welcome back from the pause.
Uh-huh.
We'll probably cut that out of the YouTube, so that was probably unnecessary for me to say.
Probably. We could always wait until everyone gets back
Well,
and then just
no.
begin again.
It's not-
In the meantime-
Begin once more. Renew ourselves.
So, yeah, Rodina, yeah.
Okay, so when everyone's back, you're going to have to explain what this
is and what it does.
Yes.
So
Purely
Who is
for
your
the
daddy
viewers
and
of
what is
course.
I have played this before, a little bit.
That's next to you. It's on your left side.
Yes, it is. Hey, sweetie. So this is Rodina. Let me go ahead and pull up a little bit of information here because I need to make sure that I address all these points correctly.
It's just so oddly squidgy.
You took your drugs yet?
I can do this.
No.
Okay,
Right,
so
well, she loved you from the get-go.
now.
She loved you because you couldn't touch her.
No, she loves me now because I give her belly rubs.
belly rubs. So, this is a game that has been developed by one person.
Oh wow.
So, one-person development teams are not super common in this day and age, probably for obvious reasons, because games are huge. But this has been developed by Elliptical Games. Hold on, let me make sure I'm not the biggest douche in the world. Well, I want to say it's Elliptic Games, but it might be Elliptical Games. It's Elliptical.
Okay.
And Elliptical Games is pretty much Brendan Anthony, who actually was incredibly helpful and responsive. We sent him an invitation a little bit ago with a request for some press materials and coverage materials, and he's been very responsive, very helpful. We're going to be doing an interview with him soon.
It's okay.
But essentially, this is a game that it has been released. This, unlike a lot of other games that we've played in recent history, is not an alpha or beta. This is a full retail release game.
Oh, okay.
Now, his attitude towards that is that, a lot of games when they release these days in alpha or beta form are kind of finished, but they like to say alpha or beta because it may not be perfect.
It's trendy.
Yeah. And they kind of want to be able to back away from saying, oh, well, yeah, this bug's still in there because it's an alpha or beta, as opposed to, we just missed it.
It's kind of a cop-out at the moment, which is the problem. I have that problem with a lot of betas now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way that the Destiny alpha was an alpha, that was a beta. It was a beta. You could have released a lot more content at that level of quality and called it a full game. This, on the other hand, Brendan said that he likes the idea of it being out, and if it sucks, it's on him.
Okay, I really like that attitude.
That's an amazing point. Mm-hmm. And I think it's nice to see a developer not back away from accepting responsibility. Now, on the bright side, it doesn't suck. So it's not like that.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, that is good, because I'd really had hate to have to lie to people. Whoa.
So, you're in a...
And we're settled.
You're in a ship.
Kind of.
Well, that was
the
probably...
ship has landed.
Oh, man, we can't say alpha, because it's not.
It's his fault. It's his fault.
Yeah, clearly. So...
Okay.
First of all, I'm going to take you guys around the ship, but I wanted to show you the ship first.
Okay.
So
very res.
It's not it's not like Minecraft meets FTL quite.
Polygon.
But yeah, very much so. So this is your ship. The controls are kind of floaty, but I think that's because, gravity. So that's the airlock.
I like the airlock effect.
Right.
I do like that. That's something that's missing.
It is.
It looks a bit like System Shock on the inside.
Not unlike it. So all of this is stuff that you can pick up.
Okay.
There's this guy here, the ops computer. There are multiple terminals for that. Yeah, look at that. Ship health. Clean. Alternate weapon control. I can't do that. So you can run around your ship. As it stands right now, you just spawn, and you've got this ship.
Okay.
You're in it, and it has things. Right, things in it. Which will presumably have an effect at a later date. Now, is it just me, or are those walls obviously pulled from somewhere?
Yes.
Yep. It is just me? No, but you got it? Okay. I don't want to throw it out there, because I'm not saying it's lazy, I'm saying that's an awesome homage. Like, that's Star Trek.
Oh.
Yeah. If you look at the layout of the NCC 701A through the next generation ship.
Okay. Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
So which floors have bathrooms in?
Do you know that?
No, I'm asking you.
No, I'm good. I'm not going to go into it. I'm not. But speaking...
He's a witch.
So...
Hey, James.
Yeah, what's up?
Why didn't the uniforms have pockets?
That's a good question. They really ought to have had pockets. They really should have. So, look at my ferns, in my toilet that I...
Did you use
Shower work?
Are you suggesting that you put these there, or...
No, No, they just belong to me. So, that's obviously the captain's cabin.
It's like his butler.
Yeah, that's a spare bedroom. His space spare bedroom, because you need this. Look, and
Wheelie chairs in space.
space
you need
office.
spare space.
Get out.
No.
Oh man.
You'll stuck.
Look at that. That's batteries.
Can you break them?
I really hope they just.
I can't really
just
do
that
anything
to us.
yet. But they can be damaged, which is interesting.
Okay.
So everything in here is susceptible to exterior. Oh, hey, here's the
Oh.
bridge.
That's pretty cool.
So the thing that I'm interested to ask, and this is going to be one of the questions I levy towards him, is you obviously have different stations.
Mhm.
How soon is multiplayer going to come into this?
Yes. And
Go ahead.
I really would like I like the idea of that experience of having someone on another terminal.
Yeah.
And you have to shout over a headset, all the power to the main thrusters, or some
Right.
stereotypical phrase like that.
Yes.
And it actually means something.
Right.
Much